Welcome, Masters. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's so lovely to have all of you here today. I'm your host, Bindhu Bodhanapu. I'll be guiding you through the meditation, and we will be going into the wisdom sharing after 30 minutes. So, if anybody is new here, how do we meditate? Meditation is very, very easy. You sit in the most comfortable position, completely relax your body, fingers into fingers, and gently place them on your lap and close your eyes. Very calm, very peaceful. Just let go of all the thoughts in your mind. You might have had a busy day today as it's Monday, but the intention here for meditation is to empty your mind without any thoughts. So I request all of you to sit in the most comfortable position and completely relax your body. Please ensure there's no stress or strain on your body, otherwise you will be disturbed during the meditation. So I'll be playing your soft music to guide you through meditation, and your job during meditation is to just focus on your breath, the soft natural in breath and out breath. When you have any thoughts in your mind, just let go. Those are just passing clouds. So don't give any attention to your thoughts and just let go of any thoughts that's coming in your mind. So I hope all of you are ready, masters. So let's sit in the most comfortable position. Completely relax your body. Take a deep in breath and an out breath. With each and every breath, completely relax your body. We'll be going into breath mindfulness meditation, and then we will be closing the meditation with a beautiful gratitude. So fingers into fingers, gently close your eyes, completely relax your body. Take a deep in breath and an out breath. Each and every breath, allow your body to relax. Let go of any thoughts in your mind and just be with your breath. Slowly and gently bring your attention to your nostrils and observe your most natural, gentle, soft, peaceful in breath and out breath. No forceful inhalation or no forceful exhalation. Just observe your most natural in breath and out breath. Observe and sense a wave of relaxation passing through your nostrils right until your feet. Relaxing your feet, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your tummy, relaxing your chest, relaxing your neck, and relaxing your face. Let each and every part of your body go into a deep state of relaxation. Be with your breath completely. Withdraw yourselves from your surroundings. Forget your body, forget your mind, forget your belongings, forget your family, and forget your profession. Just be with you. Nothing exists at this point in time except your breath. Be with your breath. Meditation is a wonderful gift one can give themselves to connect with their source energy, their true self that divines. So let go of any thoughts in your mind and just be with your breath. Observe each and every in breath and out breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. This is when we channel the cosmic energy that passes through each and every cell of our body to heal and rejuvenate. So let go of any thoughts in your mind and just be with your breath. Be with your breath. If you observe any thoughts in your mind, gently bring your awareness back to your in breath and out breath. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Do not let any thoughts in your mind. Let go of any thoughts and be with your breath. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Observe each and every in-breath and out-breath. Do not let any breath to slip by without your awareness. Nothing exists at this point in time except your breath. Bring your attention to the world within you. If you observe any thoughts in your mind, gently bring your awareness back to your in-breath and out-breath. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. It is now time to become no one, nobody, no thing, no place, transcend beyond time and space, to become pure consciousness, to enter into quantum energy field. Quantum energy field is a field of infinite possibilities and unlimited opportunities. So let go of your analytical mind and surrender yourself to the divine mind, the universal intelligence. Allow yourself to be surrounded by this vast space of emptiness called the void, a place where creation takes place. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Feel the energy, feel the vibration, feel the love energies, healing energies passing through each and every cell of your body. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Do not let any breath to slip by without your awareness. It is now time to express gratitude. Let's express gratitude to our parents, teachers, friends, family members, colleagues, neighbors, and each and every person who crossed our path in this lifetime. Let's express gratitude to the sun, the moon, the stars, birds, animals, lakes, oceans, trees, and the fish.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me,
Let's express gratitude to each and every part of our body for performing its activities 24 by 7.
Gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Let's express gratitude for the food, water, shelter, and everything that we have in our life today.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Let's express gratitude to each and every experience in our life, which has now turned into wisdom.
Gratitude to the right of me. Gratitude above me. Gratitude below me. Gratitude within me. Gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Let's express gratitude to Mother Earth for this beautiful experience of life on this planet.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful.
Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. The more and more gratitude we express, more and more events in our life to be grateful for.
I'm grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me,
Let's
gratitude to
fill
the left of
each
me,
and every cell of our body
gratitude to the
with
right of
gratitude.
me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. So
So
grateful.
now, slowly and gently,
So
bring your awareness back to your body in the room you're in, and whenever you're ready, gently unlock your fingers, rub your palms for a few seconds, place them on your eyes for a few more seconds, and then gently open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome, Masters. It's so lovely to have all of you here today. And before we go into the wisdom sharing, if you have water next to you, please have some water, because it's really important to have water after we meditate, because there's a lot of surge of energy that comes into our body, and it is important for us to have some water. Okay, so before we go into today's wisdom sharing, I just like to share a little bit about myself, my background, and then we will go into the experience sharing. My name is Bindhu Bodhanapu. So I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I'm an ACCA qualified. I've been in the corporate world for more than 23 years, and I got introduced to meditation over 5 years ago, and my life has been truly transformative. I have taken a 360-degree transformation in my life, and I discovered my life purpose through meditation. So, because of this, I chose to leave my profession completely as a chartered accountant and follow my passion into spirituality. So, I'm doing various studies and a lot of consciousness work, and I've been very fortunate to be associated with many scientists who bring science and spirituality together, like Dr. Bruce Lipton, Lynn McTaggart, and many, many more scientists. And I'm very, very passionate about this knowledge where we bring science and spirituality. And also, I'm a student of an ancient mystery school where I learn a lot of knowledge based on the great initiates who, like Leonardo da Vinci, Socrates, all those great thinkers, and it's been preserved in some of these schools. So I'm part of the school as well. So now I'm a spiritual wellness coach. I've left my profession completely and I'm a coach. I help finance executives like CFOs break free from stress and limiting beliefs, because logic minded people, right? Most of the chartered accountants, and I'm a chartered accountant myself, but I see one of those very boring profession, I call it. People are very grumpy, and it's the nature of the work because it is a very, very stressful work. And I see many people battling with stress, anxiety, burnout in the corporate world. It's purely because we are driven by logic. So this is a lot of work that I do with the finance executives. I get invited to speak in the finance forums to help the senior executives come back to balance their lives, because they are absolutely battling in stress. So how does meditation play a huge role in our lives? Because the logic minded people do not want to understand about illogical, being illogical. They are basically the logic minded, they're right brain thinkers. But we really need the left brain thinkers, but we need to use the right brain as well for the creativity. So today what I'm going to talk to you today is about one of the scientists called Lynn McTaggart, and she is a great spiritual scientist. I want to talk to you mostly because I it's my own journey where I had this great transformation. But what I have seen in my journey, and like all of you, I guess all of you should be facing the same thing. We all meditate, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever time we meditate, which is absolutely blissful. It's heaven when we are meditating. But what happens to us the rest of the day? If you meditated for 1 hour a day, what happens to you for the 23 hours? So, this is what I want you to bring attention to, because it's just not meditation that is important, knowledge is important. So, there's a difference, right? I'm absolutely speaking from my own truth and my experience. With closed eyes is meditation. With open eyes is mindfulness. So if you're working in a corporate space or wherever, we've been trained to be doing multitasking, right? So we're doing so many things at the same time. So what is happening to the brain? There is no focus. So what happens then? We tend to make more and more mistakes, right? And also one other thing, when you are meditating, okay, you try to control your thoughts, but then what happens once you open your eyes? You're back to reality, right? So what do you do then? And what do you do? Have you ever noticed? Have you ever watched your thoughts? What are you thinking about constantly for the rest of the time you are awake during the day? Right? So, this is equally important to create your reality. So, today's topic, I want to talk about the power of thoughts and intention. Very important. So, what is a thought? What is a thought? Thought is energy, right? So, as you all know, I mean, Great Masters has been speaking all these 21 so far, and you've been gaining a lot of knowledge. But I want you to really understand, maybe that could be, well, I've not known what others are talking, but if you see my topic is repetitive, please apologize. But it's always good to learn things over and over again, because that will create new neural pathways in your brain. Okay, so now what is a thought? Thought is energy. So what are we? We human beings are not matter as we see. We look like in flesh and blood, but we are 99.9999% energy and 0.0001% matter. So every word, every thought, every emotion we have is nothing but energy. So, have you ever noticed two people can take the same action, but one creates extraordinary results and the other doesn't? Right? Why? Because there is The difference is not the effort, it is the intention. So what is intention? Intention is not just visual thinking, but it is basically, this is science plus consciousness plus energy alignment. So I want to talk a little bit about it. So what do we have? What do we do now? Every day we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Each and every thought is repetitive. So you know that thought is energy, right? Every thought you're thinking is vibrating in the universe, right? It will manifest based on the kind of thinking you're having. It is going to manifest at some point. So now, so when you're having 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, when you're in meditation, great. You're not thinking anything. You're in the thoughtless state, which is amazing. But what happens for the rest of the time during the waking state of you? Then you are actually thinking. So now I want you to really remember this. Very important. Thoughts are just not fleeting thoughts. The thoughts have power. The thoughts have intention, and they all are deeply connected. So thoughts are not just ideas, they are the real signals to your body and beyond. So what happens to your thoughts? Whatever thought you're thinking, thought creates an electrical activity in your brain, chemical reaction in your body, and an emotional response. So Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you have read his books, he talks about every thought in your brain creates a chemistry in your body, biologically, neurologically, chemically, and physiologically. So when you think about, say you're at work and then you have a meeting, or maybe your manager or a boss sent you an email which was not very, something which is not something to be happy about. So what happens to your body? Did you ever notice your body? Your body starts tightening. Your breath becomes shallow. So what is happening inside of your body? There is a chemistry that is happening inside of your body, right? So if at all you have some very calming thought, what happens to your body? Your body relaxes. So when there is stress, your body tightens, your body contracts. When there is a happy moment, your body expands. Maybe I just want to hear from you. How did you feel when you're in that state of gratitude? I played a gratitude song just before we ended the meditation. How did you feel when you were hearing to the gratitude song? Did you see any change in your body? Did you feel anything inside of your body? Right? So gratitude, I'll talk a little bit about gratitude, what happens to gratitude when you're in the state of gratitude. But it is important to remember, every thought you're thinking in your mind is creating a chemistry in your body, biologically, neurologically, chemically, and physiologically. And it's not only that, it doesn't stop there. It is actually impacting the quantum field. So we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and most of these thoughts are repetitive. So when you're thinking the same thoughts, becomes your beliefs. Your beliefs becomes your actions, and your actions create your results, right? Based on the dominant thought you're thinking, that is the result. So we create our own reality. Okay, so now same thoughts gives rise to same emotions gives rise to same feelings, and then that becomes your personality, and your personality becomes your personal reality. So nothing in your life changes if something has to break in the spiral, right? How do we change our life? That we change our life by changing our thoughts. So thoughts, that is why thoughts create a reality. So it's very important to be in the state of awareness. What is the kind of thought am I thinking? Is this thought in my mind giving me expansion, or is it giving me contraction? That is the first test that you need to check every day, right? So that is about the thoughts. And now, what is an intention? Intention is a focused thought with the purpose. A thought is random, right? When you're just sitting down, suddenly you remember something from your childhood, or suddenly you remember something happened a year ago, maybe something happened yesterday. So it is just random. But intention is chosen. Intention is like it is like putting a laser focus onto something that you really want. So instead of thinking, I hope my life changes, I hope things improve, you could say, I choose calm, clarity, and healing in my life. So that could be intention. But now, I want you to remember something. So we're always having this fleeting thoughts in your mind, right? But then every thought you're thinking is actually sending out into the universe. That means you are sending a broadcast into the universe. Always remember, consciousness is not associated with just something self talk. The talk that happens in the mind doesn't just happen only inside our skull or our head. It is actually vibrating in this quantum field, which is going to manifest. And I'm sure you know how it's going to take its form. So every thought has a frequency. Every frequency has it vibrates at a certain frequency, and based on the kind of thought you're thinking, if it is a thought which is emotions of shame, guilt, anger, frustration, you're going to bring events into a life of the same nature. But if you have a thought of a state, being in the state of gratitude, joy, happiness, you're going to bring more and more events into a life of the same nature. And that is why I played a gratitude song today, because we are going to elevate our heart. When you open your heart, you open yourself to amazing events in your life. That is why, to shift your energy, the best way to do is gratitude. Okay, so this is something very important. The quickest way, I would say, the quickest way for you to shift from being in the state of anger, frustration, any kind of stress that you go through at work, the best way and the quickest way is to just place your hands on your heart and just think of something you're grateful for. Grateful that I'm breathing, grateful I have a shelter, grateful that I have a job itself, right? So think of something that you're grateful for. The moment you think of something that you're grateful for, you will see your stress goes down. You bring your body back into something called coherence. Coherence is when your brain, your thoughts, your emotions, and your heartbeat basically is all in sync. This is called coherence. And you know why we see many people, because I work with senior executives, and most of the people, 99.9% of the people are in extensive stress. And because of this, what is happening is we attract illnesses in the body like heart attack, hypertension. All these illnesses are caused because of the stress, because of the thoughts that happen in the mind. So the way, what the sequence, because I'm a heart math licensed coach, and Heart Math Institute has done a lot of research on the power of heart. So what they've noticed is, because of the stress that we undergo, the heart is the organ in the body which is powerful than the brain. So it is, thought sends electric, thoughts are electric, feelings are magnetic. So whatever you're thinking, you draw that feelings into your body. So whenever you undergo stress in your body, at work, at home, I mean, we are always stressed for various reasons and very simple reasons too. But when you are stressed, always remember the way what is happening in your body. Like I said, every thought creates a chemistry in your body. First illness is heart attack, and then the brain stroke, and then it is paralysis. This is the order that Heart Math Institute has given. So this is why you see many people dying very prematurely nowadays at a very young age, is because of nothing but the stress. So where is stress coming from? Stress is coming from your thoughts. Stress is coming from your emotions, right? So this is why it's important. So whenever you find yourself really stressed at work, or for any reason at home, wherever it is, always bring your hands back onto your heart. Just take a deep breath and just allow your breath is flowing into the heart rather than your lungs, and just breathe out from your heart. This is a wonderful technique. It's called heart focused breathing. When you do this, immediately your body comes back into coherence. That is a normal state the body should be operating on, right? And then at that point in time, think of something that you're very grateful for, being in the state of gratitude. Anything that you want to think about your child, think about your partner, think about your, everything that you have, just or just breathe. Just be grateful that I'm breathing. That this is the only reason why everyone is fighting for, right? In the COVID, they were fighting for the breath. So just be grateful that I'm breathing. And then your body will automatically come back into coherence. This is called the coherent state. So this is very important for each and every one of us. It's not only meditation, but being in that state of coherence is equally important for us to manifest an amazing reality that we want in our life. Okay, so I deviated from the topic, but I feel this is really important because everything goes hand in hand. How we create a reality, reality is created through our thoughts, right? And intention is all about why do you do things that you really want? If you really want to help people, that is your intention. That comes from your heart. So that means your heart is open. But when you're doing something just for your own self, that's something different. I'll talk about altruism in a minute, but this is why it is important. So Lynn McTaggart, I wanted to talk about. She did some amazing. Lynn McTaggart was actually a journalist, and then she was very much interested in spiritual sciences, healing. So she started doing a research, and then she started studying the science of intention. And one of her famous books are The Power of Intention, The Intention Experiment, The Power of Eight are some New York bestseller books. You can read them. And what she explored was how human thoughts influence reality, right? How human thoughts influence reality. So she created global experiments with thousands of people around the globe, around how. Oh, now, what I'm talking about is collective consciousness, collective intention. Right. So, what is this collective intention? So, her experiments were based on, for example, one of the most important experiment was she took a group of people from different areas, and they set an intention to seeds. So the intention was for the seeds to actually grow faster and also grow healthier, and that's what the intention is. So, and when they did that group, when all of them got together and they put that thought, everybody has the same intention of the thought to seeds. And what they saw amazingly, they discovered that the seeds started growing faster, and also the plants that germinated were very healthier than the plants which were before, right? So that was one experiment. And also the other experiment she did was on water structure. You must have, if you're not aware of Masaru Emoto, a great Japanese scientist who did a lot of experiments on water, how water structure changes based on the thoughts. So probably if you know about it, great, but maybe I'll just talk about it. They took a glass of water and they said words to so they've taken three samples of water, and one sample of water where they said words like I love you, I really really love you, kind words of filled with kindness and love. And they took the water and poured onto a plant. That is the first sample. And the second sample was they said words of hate. I hate you, very bad words, right? And then they poured it to another plant. And the third one was they just ignored. Okay, they did not say anything, they just ignored. And what they have seen after 1 week was, the plant which was told all these wonderful words of I love you, all these amazing words, you're amazing, the plant bloomed. Okay. And when the plant which was told all these negative words actually nearly died. And the third plant which was completely ignored also wilted away. So, what is this experiment telling us? So, there is a words, the intention. The intention is direct focus, right? The words were set into the water. So when the words were told into the water, the plant bloomed, which was with words filled with love and gratitude, whereas the words filled with hate actually nearly died, and the other plant also nearly wilted away and is about to die. So what is this telling? That ignorance, ignoring people, is also equivalent to saying bad words. So that is something very important, that we do a lot of work with the inner child, and children, when they're very young, when they don't get attention, it has a very detrimental effect on their brain, and as they grow up. So this is also very important. So now water, so now this is the intention, right? Now remember, what is the percentage of water do we have in a body? About 80 to 90%. So this is also impacting us, right? So very important to remember, if you want to stay healthy, always bless your water before you drink it. So it is an amazing way to stay healthy. So again, healing. So how did Lynn McTaggart, when they took a group of people, and I did this experiments with my community, and it works miraculously because I've been trained under Lynn McTaggart. And what we did, if somebody has an issue with their health, a group of people come together and they say an intention, or send an intention to that person who really need healing. Say she has a pain in her leg, and everybody sets an intention that this person should be healed, and she's moving very freely without any pain in her leg, and she's relieved from that pain, and she's basically walking freely. So that is an intention. When group of people come together and set an intention to one person, they saw miraculous results, and I have seen it myself. But coming back to Lynn McTaggart's, there's so many case studies, people, when they did this intention, the powerful thought towards somebody who needed healing, who needed any kind, it can be healing, it can be relationships, it can be emotions, it can be anything, what that we have seen. And in Lynn McDowell, people suffering from stage 4 cancer also healed, right? And somebody who kind of they had some very, the doctor said that she cannot see, she lost her eyesight completely, and the doctor said there's no way you can gain your eyesight back. She gained her eyesight. So what I'm saying here, the reason I'm saying this is because it's the power of thought, the power of intention. So in our day-to-day life, whenever we see there's some crisis happening in the world, let's not set an intention, let's not talk about more about it. I want all of us to see the world as a happy place, rather than thinking, it's very common when we get together with people, most of them talk about, oh, there is war, there is inflation, there is crisis, they talk a lot about it, right? Unconsciously. But what we need to understand, when we speak words like this is actually a message, this is a broadcast into the quantum field. So that becomes a reality. But instead, if we choose to talk positive words, saying that world is safer, world is better, everything is going perfectly, saying words, something like that will actually starts healing. Because Lynn McTaggart's experiments in healing, when the group of people came together and they directed their attention to the place where there was war going on, what they have seen is people, even though they were in the war zone, they felt very safe. Even though there was so much of chaos, the kind of level of the chaoticness, or the level of intensity of violence actually reduced in those places. So this is proven science, and this is why it is important for us to just be in the state of awareness that our thoughts are not just fleeting thoughts, they are actually intentions into the universe. And whenever we think about the same thoughts, we are actually sending a broadcast into the universe, right? And we are energy, right? And Dr. Bruce Lipton says, just like the way you don't throw away your money on the road, make sure you preserve your energy. So, what does that mean, preserving your energy? Making sure that you don't give away your energy. Every word you speak is energy, every thought you speak, thinking is energy, every emotion you're feeling is energy, because energy, emotion is nothing but energy in motion. So, very important for us to understand that. Don't let's not, that 60 to 70,000 thoughts we have, right? So let's not overthink it. Just stay focused, be mindful with whatever you're doing without any second thought. Give your 100% attention to what you're doing. So that is how we kind of can really preserve our energy. So sometimes overthinking, over talking, over analyzing is also a waste of energy, right? So what is the opposite of not using this? Is actually intuition. When we practice more and more meditation, you will see your ideas will just come to you. Your $1 million ideas will just come to you like that in your mind, and you got to be open to receive it, because I've seen it over and over again. When I talk to these, highly intellectual people, they think thinking is so great, overthinking is so great. It is actually not. You're going against the nature. We human beings have these psychic abilities like intuition, willpower, all there's so many others, but intuition is something we got to tap into. So how do we tap into this intuition? By being silent, being calm, being present, following the laws of the nature, the cosmic laws of the nature, because nature does not rush always, right? It always has its own time. When you put a seed into the ground, the germination will take its own time. You can't rush it. It could take a week, it could take 10 days, 1 month, it doesn't matter, but it will take its own time. In the same way, we human beings are so programmed to rush, but one way to be present, to get all the answers that you want, is to tap into your intuition, right? So it is so important that we be, once we finish meditation, mindfulness is the next thing. Being mindful, and whatever you want to work, you're working on a project, you wanted to analyze something, or you want some advice, we don't need to ask. The answers automatically will come to you through the power of intuition, right? We got to be open to receive it. And I've got some amazing, amazing, amazing ideas, just by listening to the intuition. So we have to be open to receive, because you can only listen to your intuition when your heart is open. If you're using your mind more than your heart, then we will not even consider that. So this is very important. So like I said, I think we're short of time. I've got a lot to cover, but that's okay. So I just want you to remember, your thoughts influence your reality. So be very careful with the kind of thoughts you're thinking. It's not only going to change your body, it's also changing your quantum field and the events that come into your life, right? Because we all are connected through this field of energy. This is like a internet, right? Every thought you're sending is actually sending a signal into the quantum field. So we bring in events into our life based on the kind of thinking we're having. So it is very important. Be very careful with the thoughts. Always think, be positive, because we are powerful group. Dr. Bruce Lipton says, the reason why we're living in chaos, very powerful message. The Earth planet, he says, the Earth planet is going into extinction very soon. It's purely because of human behavior, because we human beings are powerful co creators who's come to this planet Earth to create, but we are destroying the planet. So, how are we destroying the planet? We're destroying the planet by the kind of thoughts that we're thinking, the thoughts that are filled with fear, right? Remember, the first thing in the morning we wake up, we're always in stress, right? When you're in stress, what is happening? You are basically thinking of thoughts that is already sending a signal out into the universe. So what is that signal? So all this collective consciousness of all the people who are thinking of negative or fearful thoughts have to manifest somewhere, right? So that is why we're seeing tsunamis, earthquakes, COVID-19, whatnot, all these wars. All these are happening only because of human behavior. So to take back the power, We just need to become ourselves and understand who we truly are. We are powerful co-creators and we can create anything that we want just using the mind. Okay, I think I'll stop here for now, Masters. I think we are way beyond time. I hope that's been useful. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take any questions if you like. But yes, Master.
Excellent presentation, Bindu Master. Really, really a wonderful subject. I'm so happy to hear that you're a Heart Math Institute coach, and so you teach the heart brain coherence meditation and things like that. Oh, that's fantastic to hear. I've been following Dr. Joe Dispenza and Greg Braden. They often talk
Yes.
about the heart math coherence and the 40,000 neurons in the heart, special neurons, special cells called neurons in the heart is responsible for that. And it's wonderful. I have tried that, but just now I wouldn't say that I was successful in that because I find it very difficult to bring that, the feeling of gratitude into the heart. And just sometimes I don't, we feel grateful when somebody, when somebody does good or whatever, we feel the greatness, then the gratitude. But to bring it, the feeling, I don't even know whether I am bringing it properly or not. That how do I overcome that? I don't know. Or the gratitude or even love. I'm trying to bring that feeling to the heart, but I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't come spontaneously like that.
Yeah. It definitely comes with practice, I would say. But initially, when I was new to meditation, the way I used to see myself is, I'm just hugging Mother Earth, giving this beautiful experience of life on this planet. So that was the easiest way for me to go into the state of gratitude. So I used to even
Okay.
have tears in my eyes when I used to do that. So for me, that was the easiest way. Maybe I'm more connected to Mother Earth than any other ways of being grateful for. But yeah, that's the way I used to do it. If that works for you, you're welcome
Okay.
to
So,
try
so
that.
while we are in that meditation, like bringing the feeling in the heart, we can actually kind of imagine that. Is it imagine hugging and
Yeah,
something
I
like
mean
that?
that's
Oh,
the way I
okay.
used to do it. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's the way I used to do it. Yes.
And that's fantastic. And the other thing I wanted to ask you was, you mentioned about healing somebody when if somebody has any particular, I don't know, ailment or whatever, the group of people can come together and send a thought and that. I can understand that will work, but I'm just looking at it from the point of view of a karmic effect. I mean, Pathuji and the PSSM says that you cannot heal others and you can heal yourself but not others, so I've just wondered whether
So
whether that is,
we are not healing
we're
anybody
just
here. We're just sending a thought of their well-being. That's
okay,
all we're doing.
okay,
All we are seeing is that somebody has an ailment or somebody has a leg pain. What we're seeing is that she's happy, healthy, and she's walking. So
uh,
that is a thought.
thought, yeah, okay,
That's just
okay,
a thought. Yeah.
okay. Also that's
We're
so
not touching, we're not doing anything. It's
all
just
right,
a thought.
thought.
Instead of putting that energy by saying, oh, she has a pain, we sometimes
Instead,
we
yeah.
unconsciously talk about the same thing over and over again. So instead of doing that, we just send a thought of
Mm,
the well-being. Yeah,
okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wonderful session.
most welcome.
And Namaste, Binduji.
Namaste.
Really enjoying your talk. What you said does make a lot of difference when we do prayers within a group. I've been running World Peace Group for the last 6 years since pandemic,
Yeah.
and I've noticed the changes within the people who are part of my group. We've got a lady called Hira, and she's got a dog called Moto. And when he became ill, the whole group decided to pray for Moto. And we found he started to walk the next day, and he'd stopped eating and he started to eat. And
Mm.
everybody was so pleased. All we did was think about the positive thought
Yeah.
and saw
Yeah.
him walking.
Yes.
And this is what we talked about. We want to see him walking about. And Hira lives on her own with just the dog there. So for her, it was very precious thing. She was in tears. She said, because the group prayers, my dogs got better. But we also noticed the same thing you talked about. We got somebody in the group who can't see very well. And after we did the prayers for them, they started to see a little bit better than before. It's not completely gone, but it's better than before. So everybody in the group says, it's because of your prayers. I think it's the power of collective thoughts.
Yes.
And just like you said, there is a critical moment when things changes. About, there's example was given, group of monkeys, once they start copying each other, there's kind of like a switch, and all of them in their next generation do the same thing as the other. To bring about critical change, we all have to think in sync, in harmony. And that if our thoughts are powerful, like within only a group of 15 to 30 people that gathers together every single day without fail for the last 6 years, if they feel that they're powerful enough to bring about change, we as a humanity on earth could bring about a lot of changes. I know people talk about politicians being this and that, and there are a group of people who are causing problem. But we could, instead of focusing our energy and our heart into the negative side, if we start focusing on the good side of human being, because we see so many human beings do things. I mean, recently there was a beautiful example when, this thing, bombing was happening, people were stuck in the airport. There were no places for people to go. So they were stuck in the airport, having to sleep at night. And there was this man who went and found a farm and created 200 places, mattress. He bought mattresses, 200 mattresses in this huge hall. And then he got some friends to cook for them. And he looked after them until they were able to find a place to flight to go back home. So, if we see example like that, they should really inspire us to think and have better intentions. It's only when we don't stop, sometimes we stop being human. And just being a human is something special.
Absolutely.
So the first thing I say to people, learn to be a human, not other things. And we stop having good thoughts for others. I think once we learn to do that, it makes such a difference.
Yes.
It really does. Yeah. And I was thinking about Masuri Imoto, the one who's written the water thing. And I've got a group of people who just bring a bottle of water when they come to the oven. And when the oven is finished, they take it with them and drink it, because the energy of the oven, the beautiful energy is there. And I've learned over the years to, if I have a mug of water, I'll look at it, pray, and then drink it.
Yes.
And I'm teaching my elderly group. We get anything between 40 to 60 elderly people who come together every Monday. And fortunately, I've been given a thing to start prayers before we eat. And all of them learn now, every time they eat something, they do this prayer. And it's so lovely. I think it gives them that bit of feeling of well-being.
Yes.
It opens their heart. So we can do so much for ourselves and others. Thank you for a lovely talk, Bindhuji. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Bindhuji. That's a pleasure. Yeah, thank you so much.
Namaste.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for sharing your experiences. That's so beautiful as well. I think being human is the innate nature of us. But I think the world has created us to behave differently. But again, with meditation, we come back to who we are.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you. And you add.
Thank you, madam. Shraddha ji?
Okay. Hello, pastors. Good
Hello.
evening, everyone. Good evening, Bindhu ji. I would like to appreciate your today's talk. It was lovely and very, very useful. So many things because as myself, I'm suffering lately quite a bit things and still things going on. And one thing you mentioned, just breathing through heart, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can say it again a little bit, please, so
Yeah.
I can understand better, if you don't
Yes,
mind.
yes, yes, absolutely. So this is called heart focused breathing. This is a technique given by Heart Math Institute. It's very safe. We all can, if we all want to do it, we can do it together. So we just bring our attention to the heart center. The reason why we bring our attention to the heart center is only because you can feel your heart, right? So just bring your attention to your heart center and gently close your eyes. And as you take your breath, I'll see that breath is actually going into your beautiful heart center, right? Instead of the lungs, right? As your breath is going deep, so you can inhale for the count of 5. So breathing in into the heart for 5 seconds and exhaling out of the heart. And again, breathing into your heart for 5 seconds and then breathing out of your heart. And at this point, if you want, you can evoke an emotion of gratitude, joy. Think about something you're very grateful for. That brings a emotion of gratitude, and then you can feel your heart expanding. So to keep it simple, you could just breathe into the heart, in and out into the heart. So then your body, the mind, the body, your emotion becomes synchronized. This is called coherence. This is how our body needs to be, or in alignment, we call it. But because of the constant thoughts that we have in the mind, we're always never in coherence. We're always in stress. We're always in survival. Did that make sense to you?
It does make sense, definitely does. Because I was like a little bit, will you know, my mind has gone here and there in between when I'm listening. I said, "Oh, something hard." I didn't get
Mhm.
fully. So sorry to bother you to asking again, saying
No,
same,
no,
same
no.
thing.
Just go on
Yes,
to
yeah.
Google and type heart focused breathing by
Okay.
Heart Math Institute. You will get it and you can have it with you as well.
Yeah, I like to your that point is uh, group meditation. We
Mm,
are kind of similar group of spiritual side is gone. We do pray for the others,
mm,
and it does work very well. It does
yes,
work definitely. I
yes,
do 100% believe in their meditation, any kind of thing. This is for mankind. We're doing it,
absolutely.
and we need for these things. We can heal ourselves, we can help to heal to others with
Mm,
the right to association if we have it.
yes.
And the other thing I was saying, like this, like they say in Hindi, can I say something in Hindi?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
कहते हैं जो बात दवा से नहीं होती
Mm,
वो बात दुआ से बनती है।
दुआ से हाँ, yes.
जब
Yeah.
कामिल मुर्शिद मिल जाए तो बात
Mm,
खुदा से होती है।
yes,
क्योंकि जो
yes.
if we have a real guru, very sincere guru, and we're sincere ourselves as well. It's not just the guru we need a sincere, we need sincerity in myself as
It
well.
ourselves,
So
yeah.
just
Correct.
work together. It's
Mm,
lovely. I got a lot of things to take in, and I'm coming on Friday. I probably talk to one of the masters face to face, explain my problems I'm facing at the moment. I
mm,
might be just be will be understand better, and you can explain me better. They're one-to-one ones. Yes.
mm.
And
Yeah,
when we have a little bit time there between others. Thank you so much.
wonderful.
And and I'm just praying to you all. If you can pray for me, I can recover with my lot of problems is just happening to me at the moment. So
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
Still I
definitely.
need your help
Just
and
set an
advice.
intention. See, this is where we have that willpower, right? So you can, just set a thought, allow that thought into the universe that you are happy and healthy and joyful. That itself will, find the universe will find synchronicities for you to, overcome all the situation.
Thank you
Can
so
I
much.
can I
Thanks a lot.
just can I just add, when you're doing the heart breathing,
Yes.
one of the things that we tend to do is, at the moment everything's turning green. You know, the whole universe, everything's springing up. So when you look at the mountains, they look like green carpets being put in by the universe. So the green trees, green, everything greenery is there. The
Yes.
heart color itself is green.
Yes.
So when you focus on the green, you're taking yourself and connecting in harmony with the nature.
Yes.
So when Shraddha Ben does the heart breathing, that will really help. I've got a wonderful Australian chiropractor, and she talks about the 3 type of breathing: clavicle breathing, heart breathing, and the stomach breathing. And she makes us do it and focus on the color and try and focus on the nature. And it really works. She's a wonderful chiropractor, an Australian one. And she's so very much in connection with nature. So I'm going to visit Australia in November. So I'm really looking forward to. She's so nature connect, so in harmony with nature. It's so beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you
Nature is
so
the
much.
best healer. So being
That's
in
right.
connection with nature, hugging a
Yes.
tree, we can
Yeah.
absolutely heal ourselves.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Induji.
Such
Hey,
a
madam.
beautiful talk of yours. Very nice. Sorry if I disturbed.
Thank you.
Was somebody going to talk?
No problem. Please go on. Go on.
I thoroughly enjoyed the talk and the achievement, through meditation. Because I've been like meditating with this breath meditation for over a year now. And I suppose patiently, nothing to achieve in my life, but the meditation will one day strike my head somewhere. And being doing it regularly without fail, every time like 21 days come through, he knows that I'm always there. I've been like suffering with a back problem for a long time. Over 15 months, had an accident in India. So my goal is not to get better, but my goal is to reach somewhere with my head into meditation. Let me meditate, at the end of the day, I think awakening my own self in my heart, and how lots of you people have always mentioned how people have cured themselves through meditation. And I'm not here to say, yeah, I'm going to cure myself. Psycho away. But today's talk was so amazing. I'm going to relax tomorrow more and listen to you again. It's just like to fulfill your mind as well. That I've heard every word of it. Like tonight, when I think, oh, getting a bit sleepy now, tired, but tomorrow I'll definitely listen to you and your achievement. Great goal in your life. I'm amazed how people, go through everything and they choose to do something in their life after such a long period. Beautiful, excellent.
Thank you, Shadari. Thank you. Anyone else, Masters?
See, madam.
Hello, Masters. Thanks for sharing this wonderful wisdom about thoughts, institution, and worth. Thank you, Bindushi. It is really eye-opening. I have a couple of things to ask. Is that okay? Do I take more time?
Please go ahead. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
It's about my elder daughter. She somehow believes to the core that she can't go to bed on her own. She's 9-year-old. She used to sleep. She used to go to bed on her own previously, but she stopped. And if me and my husband, we ask her why you stopped and why can't you go to bed on your own. She believes, like she says, I can't, I believe I don't, I can't have, I scared sometime. And she used that kind of words, and she really thought, and and she believes herself like, no, I can't do it, but she used to. and
Mhm.
and she's very, like, when she goes to a friend, and whenever she have a sleepover, and she's fine, but
Mhm.
she can't do it in a home. I don't know how to make her, like, how to uh, make her believe that she can do it.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm trying, but she doesn't. I want I need your suggestion on that.
Generally, if a child is saying that she can't sleep alone, maybe she has a belief, maybe, this is how the subconscious mind works, right?
Mhm,
So whenever, she might have watched something, which could be a horror, which could be anything really. So that could have created a fear in her, and that is the reason she doesn't want to go to bed alone.
mhm,
So it is all about, working with her to, help her to remove that fear. It is really important we do it at a
mhm,
young age, because I have personally seen myself who are adults who are 40, 45, still struggle with this kind of fears, can't sleep alone. So I
mhm,
think it's important, maybe, this is why we got to be extremely careful. I know we getting this knowledge only now, but our thoughts, whatever we watch or whatever we watch on the screen,
mhm,
we think it is just a movie, it could be something, but they sit in the subconscious mind, because subconscious mind is an emotional mind, and it doesn't discriminate. Whenever you feel an emotion, it sits in the subconscious mind, and
mhm,
it is within us. So this is why we got to be very mindful about
mhm.
what we are watching.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, and adults, and even more important for the
Mhm.
children. So maybe work with her and see if there's some kind of belief that she's carrying, and try to help her just to get out of that.
Yeah, I want her to thought like, yeah, I can do it. I can give it a try.
Mm,
Whenever I say these words to her, just give it a try. Just think about, you can do it. She
mhm,
says straight away, no, no.
mm,
I,
yeah.
yeah. How can I improve her thought? Like, how can I say words to her? Like, you can do it, or what kind of?
Maybe understand why she doesn't want to go to sleep on her own. Is it because she has a fear of something? If she
Mm.
does, maybe tell her how brave she is, and try to kind
Oh,
of
okay.
help her with by being sort of, reading her books of, girls being how courageous, something like that, just to contradict
Okay.
that thought. Yeah, if
Sure,
that
sure.
makes sense.
Thank you, she. And another uh, thing. You were saying about the experiment with the plants, like
Mhm.
the plants being poured with the water,
Yeah,
with the good words and bad words.
yes.
So the words have the effect on the plants. So
Plants,
so
human beings as well. Yeah,
human
most
being, yeah,
important.
it
Yes,
is same
yes,
with the human beings, you say.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
my doubt is like, if a person listening to constant and negative words about
Mm,
them, like, you do such things, you
mm,
are like this, you are like that, you can't do this. If a person is listening to those kind of words constantly, like at some point, like a family by a family member,
mm.
so at some point the person believes that, yeah, maybe I can't do it, maybe I'm not
Yes.
a person up to that mark, or something like that. So how to reverse that person from that negative thoughts?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean that's something which is very common, and remember Dr.
mm,
Bruce Lipton says diseases are not caused because of genes. Diseases are caused because of the environment we live in. If you're
mhm,
constantly exposed to toxic environment, And especially if somebody has been criticized or bullied constantly, imagine what is happening in her body or his or her body. Every thought is creating a chemistry in the mind, in the body, right? So when she's been bullied, there's a lot of contraction, and this is how illnesses are created in the body over time. So what we can do for that is that is why, I mean, if it is a family, I know it is not, we can't remove them from that toxic environment, but I think it just needs support of the other parent or whoever it is, basically.
Okay. So, what kind of words we can say to ourselves or like the person, if it is us, like what kind of thoughts we can generate to contradict that kind of negative thoughts, like.
Affirmations possibly, but it's not that easy to kind of, even we as adults being exposed to some kind of toxic, not toxic, possibly if somebody said something, it just takes a long time for us to get over that, right? So if we even having all this knowledge. So if somebody doesn't have this knowledge, it can be a little difficult, but I think most importantly, it is important to be educated. Ignorance can cause a lot of problems. So, it's important that we educate ourselves with this kind of information, what is happening to the body when the words that we say, speak, expose ourselves to, if that's making sense.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, madam, for a wonderful session and wonderful meditation as well. You beautifully explained how thoughts affects us and the power of thoughts and intentions and how we are creating our reality with our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and how it is transforming into our personality and our personal reality. Such a wonderful explanation. Yeah, but we are sorry, we have to a longer time of yours. Hope that is okay.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
There are a lot of wonderful wishes from all the masters. Thank you. Thank you very much, all the masters.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you. My intention was to share something very differently, but I think time is very short. I think 30 minutes can be, very short to, explain something like this, which is very important and very profound. So my only message to all of you, as much as we meditate with closed eyes, be very mindful with the open eyes. This is where the difference is. We could be meditating for a few hours, but when you're bombarding yourself with all kind of thoughts, once you open your eyes, it's not going to make so much of a difference, right? So it's very important that you be very mindful about what is going in your mind. We call it the mind chatter, or we call it a self-talk. Be very, very mindful about that. Remember, we are powerful co-creators. We can create anything that we want. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening and being very patient. And it's amazing to see so many people. I haven't been on this platform for quite some time now. It is amazing to see 55 people join. That's amazing. Thank you so much for investing your time, and especially these kind of sessions during night time. And now it's time to go to bed. Always remember, sleep with an empty mind. Don't carry problems into your mind while you sleep, because I don't know if it is like the Shiva and the Shakti coming together. It is the conscious and the subconscious coming together during the night, and the offsprings of that is going to be a reality. If you are thinking about positive thoughts when you go to sleep, your offspring is going to be a positive result. If you're thinking about problems and negative thoughts, that's going to bring into reality. So very important is to make sure that you sleep with a happy, empty mind, or else fill yourself with gratitude before going to sleep. That's the best way to end your day. Thank you very much, everyone, for being patient and listening.
Thank you very much for wonderful information and wonderful wisdom, actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, Master.
Dhanyavad, Shubhratri.
Yeah. Thank you all the
Shubhratri.
masters for joining these sessions, and hope you all enjoyed today's session. So it's already too late. So thank you all patiently waiting and listening.
Shubhratri, everyone.
Shubhratri.
Good night, all of you. We will be
Good night.
connecting again tomorrow.
Good night.
Yes, definitely.
Shubhratri, Dhanyavad.
Shubhratri.
Dhanyavad.
Bye, bye, bye. Good night.
Thank you very much, madam, once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And please bye to Manju Ben as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.